Welcome to Thought Crimes, everyone. This is your girl, Sincere, and of course, I'm here with Prince Solomon, and this is Thought Crimes. I'm here with...
Peace Solo, Prince Solomon in the building, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, what is up again? We are back. Let's go.
So, Instagram Don himself, 50 Cent, is out here back in the streets trolling again. He was tag teaming it with Nicki Minaj, basically making fun of Jay-Z and her using Grok for mass destruction. And then you also have 50 Cent out here trolling Doechii. I guess there's some controversy about some slip and slide and her sliding down some slide with her butt up in the air. And I guess that's what people are talking about right now. Now, you know what this is really about. We're going to have a Patreon stream at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern time tonight. So today, this Wednesday, tonight, we're going to have a Patreon exclusive live on this and how it connects to Joe Budden and all this other stuff, just in our personal opinion. And we're going to have a conversation. Again, not picking sides. I don't know any of these people. We're just bringing y'all our perspectives. So, Prince.
I'm picking sides. What you talking about? I'm about to pick sides. I'm definitely about to get into this one.
So,
let's go.
So, what do you think is going on? Why is the Instagram Don? Why he back out in these streets again?
Oh, come on now. He got to get TDE up out of here. Just in general. You know, listen, 50 Cent ain't never really publicly lost against anyone outside of a very bloated yet funny Rick Ross. And at that time, even growing up, man, in the A, I said, hey, man, that man Ross is going to be cooking Curtis Jackson, all right? But, you know, we even see him still trying to find a way to get at Rick Ross, right? But in this situation, come on now. Everybody and their mama know 50 Cent was on the losing side of the battle. He supported the wrong fighter. He was a bad coach. He sent his boy in to get whooped. And now he's just looking in that corner. He's like, all right, then fine. Kendrick at PG Lang. Let me see who else I can pluck out of there over there. And then, of course, unfortunately, Doechii fell down the slide backwards. Hey, man, you know, it wasn't a bad sight for the audience, to be honest with you. I don't know what 50 was complaining about. But I get it, you know. It was all right. But come on, let's be real. 50 is still kind of a little bit salty about what happened last year because he did throw his backing in there behind his fighter, and Drake did lose.
Well, rap music is it feels like Recess. You know, remember that show Recess? You know, you got the snitches with the humpbacks, the one that had the Brook that some people didn't know if he was Jewish or black.
I thought it was Ben Shapiro.
Yeah. And then you had the kid that we knew and know was black. Right. He was out there, you know, playing sports, doing his thing, you know. And
then the leader of the group was Mac Miller.
Had a white boy with his hat back, whatever. Yeah,
straight from the 90s.
Eminem.
Straight from the 90s.
So hip hop is like that, but you know, on the darker end though, you know, mixed with a little bit of Invader Zim. Mixed with a little bit of what's something that's like more graphic, you know, besides those two. That's the innocent end of it. What's the
with Invader Zim?
Well, cartoons or animations where you feel represents the Speed Grapher.
Well, okay,
would be a darker end of what represents hip hop in the industry.
Resident Evil, yeah. The Umbrella Corporation. That's what it feels like to me.
That is a good one.
Yes.
That's a really good one.
Look, I'm not all that mad about it. Look, I'm here for the entertainment. I'm here to throw popcorn at the screen like we normally do. But I did find it funny. It's just 50 Cent. It's just a lot of that left coast energy. He just ain't messing with it. He just ain't messing with it.
Well, you know, to what you were saying, though, even last year about, you know, not picking sides and this is all just entertainment. At the end of the day, for the most part, it really is. I mean, you see people cherry pick when to be morally righteous or have ethics and principles. It's like if I don't like somebody, then, you know, we're all moral righteousness. But if we do like someone, well, it wasn't a big deal. Oh, that was 10 years ago. That was 20 years ago. That was 5 years ago. That's last year. So you even see this on both sides. Like the slide thing ain't really nothing, but if you somebody who's trying to look for an L, they looking for an L somewhere for Doechii, then it's a big deal for them.
Harder than America's Most Wanted. Like, man, look, it's always kind of funny when performers do take a tumble. I remember the most notorious one was Beyonce when she fell down the stairs. But I think she fell down the stairs and she got right back up and she started whipping her hair. And I got nervous for her. I was like, oh, the spinal cord. But apparently she's made like Colossus. So she got right back up and started whipping her hair. So, I mean, I don't know. If Nicki had taken a stumble in the same manner, you think 50 would have posted it?
Him and Nicki have had an alliance for such a long time. I don't think he would now.
I know, right?
Maybe 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But not now. Absolutely
10 years
not.
ago when he was slimmer.
But people have done it to Nicki too. When she had the lace and she was twerking. Yeah. And they was saying that Nicki can't twerk.
Well, people were surprised.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
look at those boom, boom, boom. Yeah,
because she had Anaconda, but I said technically she wasn't really twerking in that video. It was like some Jane Fonda. She was like sliding on the ground, so it was real good. It was a slick hustle because she's from New York, so it was a slick hustle that she kind of tricked people like until she finally got in front of the camera.
Yeah, because at first she was able to kind of like hide behind the fact she couldn't twerk with different but then when she was on stage and she really had to come through with it wasn't coming through.
I said, oh wow.
She's like, Nicki is like, she just can't twerk. But like you said, Beyonce is a pro in catching her falls and usually and stuff. Like even at the halftime show, she did an amazing job where she stumbled a little bit, but it turned into a dance move where she like backed twice. Yeah. On the hill, and she didn't fall. So she was like, Beyonce is kind of like an athlete at this point. I think Sierra is like an athlete too. There's like certain people, performers. I put them in the athlete category with how they move their body and
LeBron James. Yeah, when he falls, I'm okay.
We fall down, but we get up.
Well, another thing that I thought was funny. I'm not going to lie. The part that did make me laugh about the Doechii situation is just how she kind of laid there and just ate it and got right back up. Like, she didn't even try to play it off. She just laid there for a second, like, whatever.
Kind of like, yeah, this is dumb.
That's why I laughed, because you could tell she understood what was happening. I'm not going to even really try to play. She did get back up spitting her bars, but there was a moment where she laid there for a second, kind of like she was on a pillow.
Just for 5 seconds, like, oh yeah, they're gonna clip this up. Anyway, I gotta get back up anyway.
Her skirt pulled all over her head. So I just thought it was funny that how she just laid there. But yeah, definitely, 50 Cent is definitely going to continue to do what he does, because he did that even with the Beyonce, going back to the Beyonce situation, he was mocking that one as well. So one thing about 50, if he riding with you 100% in that regard, as long as he doesn't perceive any betrayal there, he's going to pretty much take shots at quote unquote many of your ops as well, or rivals.
I will say the interesting thing about this is I feel like there's a lot of espionage going on. You know, you got people on both sides of this Rock Nation, anti-Rock Nation hustle, digging up information on each other. You even saw the situation with Tyler, the Creator, which started off authentic because he was complaining about his fan base not appreciating D'Angelo. And people was like, bro, you spend a lot of music, doing what you was doing.
I think it was a white boy that exposed him. That wasn't an ally. It wasn't an ally at the DNC. He came straight from the RNC.
And then Drake people just hopped on it. But I feel everything is fair, because most of the people in the industry, I'm at this point about to say everybody in the industry, they only pull up things about the disgusting things people have done in the past only to win over the audience. And then the audience is like the ping pong, like the ball, they're going like back and forth, getting hit from one side to the other. And that's why I like where we're at, just chilling and being like, okay, that's true, though that's not true, like calling out just BS from either side. But right now with this Doechii thing, like Doechii is like public enemy number one for the anti-Rock Nation side. They waiting for like the fact that her ass being up in the air was already like, yo, you gotta like the Instagram Don 50 Cent ran to giggle. Yeah. He ran to giggle and go on Instagram to talk about it. It shows you like they really on her neck.
Yeah, they really are. And listen, I mean, it wasn't that big of a deal. I mean, to the point that you stated, if you anti Jay-Z basically, because when we say anti Rock Nation, it's really like 50. He really thought when Jay-Z was getting attacked by the Shark King, bring him out, Jay-Z. Yeah, that's right. You're the next one up. Call 1-900. I've been hurt. 1-900. I've been hurt. And then 50 said that was really the first time he did not have delayed gratification. He just started posting. I said, yo, 50 Cent is spamming now. He's a spam bot. So, yeah, absolutely. I didn't think anything was of it. I actually saw, people just laughing, having fun. It happens in general. But it was funny when she just laid there and accepted, like, yo, yeah, I did fall. So let me get right back up and get back to business, especially when you're performing live. Those things are going to take place. But, yeah, 50 Cent, he is still itching to get Jay-Z. And we will see how that goes. For me, you guys know, like, we're always looking for where's the comedic angle, what's funny here. Because I really think largely hip-hop is COINTELPRO. That's what it is. It's COINTELPRO. Look, I mean, I enjoy battles. I enjoy all this other stuff, but I am very amused by the crusades of hip hop, the Stand Wars, and I think this is probably the most expansive civil war that's nonviolent. Let me be clear. This is not 96, 97, but this is like a real nonviolent social media civil war. And we're going to see where it goes from here. But, yeah, definitely 50 Cent was right there. And he was definitely, as they say in the show business, chomping on the bit.
No, he definitely was. And also, listening to all of this is just making me realize, again, just like even the complaints with Joe Budden. It's like y'all already knew Joe Budden was a flip-flopper. Y'all only was riding him because he was going against Drake. But he's a flip-flopper with Drake, even though most of his cast is pro-Drake. Like, we got to be honest, most of Joe Budden's cast love Drake. They only was torching him to go with the flow, to ride with their leader.
They didn't want to get cooked by the audience.
Let's
be real. Especially with all that stuff they got going on. That's really what happened. They didn't want to get talked about by the audience.
But that's the fakeness of it. The fact that even though in their heart, the majority of the cast, in their heart is with Drake. The fact that they didn't stand on it, like at least with the OVO Birds, like even with OVO ZZ, she stand on it. Like even when we had our live show talking about the case being dismissed, being thrown out, pertaining to what took place with Drake in the lawsuit. We asked OVO ZZ, so why wasn't you in the chat that day? Where you at? She said nothing eventful happened.
Yeah, she came in there with that pocket rocket up under her hoodie. She's like, I'm standing on business. And I didn't feel like showing up because nothing eventful happened.
I don't really think that. I think that Joe Budden he's going to, because he was mad at Drake because Drake didn't come to his show. That's why he was a part of the campaign.
If Drake came to the show, the rest of the cast would have to be off.
And now he's a part of a campaign against Kendrick because Kendrick didn't come on the show. But allegedly, that's allegedly. I'll just say allegedly, even though we know what's up.
You can always get Mano up there again. Mano, Jim Jones, Davies, but Joe, he's tired of that space.
He is.
He's tired. Like, I want some real guests. I want a moment.
He wants one of the A-tier people to be there.
I want that Elliott Wilson moment.
He wants
with
that
Drake, right. With Jay-Z, Will Smith.
Like he wants Jay-Z. He want the only person at the time that was still like in that space, even though people are debating if she still is in that space, is Nicki. Nicki did come on the show, but outside of Nicki Minaj, a lot of the people who've already have their, you could say, legacies already set in stone, like the Kendricks and the Drakes and all that, they really haven't showed up on the show because of his flip-floppy behavior, I personally think. But going back to it, though, what I was saying, the bigger point is, y'all, it's like you knew that Joey is a flip-flopper because he goes wherever the wave is, but he also have people that he's biased towards. And the crazy thing about the cast, the majority of cast are Drake fans, but they went on the Kendrick wave just to ride it instead of just staying 10 toes down like, a lot of the OVO people were doing.
I think Parks, I think he's quietly a Kendrick guy.
He may be the only Kendrick guy on the show.
Yeah, and they may say your vote doesn't count, affirmative action, But,
I voted him back.
Because it feels like he's about the bars. My personal opinion, but
that's also shows you where Drake is slow at, though, because we told people like that Paradise on X is mostly black people, and then a lot of the black people in hip hop media, a lot of them were leaning towards Drake. You're only starting to get some of the media finally show Kendrick some love, and also people who are planted as well that are pretending to be independent media, but they're not. They're part of the industry as well. But yeah, there's people who, even if they're fans of Drake in the industry, they'll punch him in the face if it means for a moment notoriety, views, especially if he didn't come to the show, just like they're going to do to Kendrick. Kendrick is an A-lister, a successful, more than one successful tour, by the way, because, the Big Stepper did awesome as well and garnered a lot of money. But a lot of these people, they go in waves. And going back to 50 Cent, like you said, unless you really, really somebody he mess with, he'll troll you just a little bit lightly and move on, or not at all if he's really messing with you. And everybody else, he'll go hardcore troll mode.
Yeah, look what he did to Young Buck. I'm just saying, he put his stuff out there. So, look, yeah, definitely it is a game at this point in time. I still think Doechii is doing a terrific job right now, but they do keep spinning the block back on it. One thing so far that I feel is great about her energy, she seems to not be all that rattled by the internet. She actually seems pretty wild, to be honest with you, in her own space, in her own business, a talented musician. But yeah, absolutely, a lot of guys right now. In fact, I'm going to keep it real with you all. Part of the reason why Drake's morale was low last year is because the Joe Budden podcast sacrificed him.
They did.
Yeah, they all sacrificed him. And then, Ish kept going in and out of character because he he really wanted to support him, but they was like, no, we're riding with the champ right now. We gotta shut up. We're gonna have to shut up. Take a knee, Ish. So that's what they're doing. But one thing I'll say about 50 did try. He did have enough faith in Drake at the time. And he tried. And then the game was trying himself. He talked about tonight is the night, which a lot of people were confused at that time. But, listen, I think it's part of the Hollywood brand of Drake because he does have a Planet Hollywood brand. And if you guys know about Hollywood, it's kind of like, hey, man, if you ain't the hot guy or gal right now, I'm going to have to step away from the situation. And unfortunately, that's what they did to Drake at that time. They stepped away from him. Joe Budden stepped. That's why Drake wrote that long essay on him on Instagram. He talked about, the days of the FUBU Jackie and the baggy pants. The baggy pants actually came back because Drake and Yachty was wearing them. So I thought that was kind of ironic when he was like, yeah, those days are over. Like, you and Yachty got it on in the video, right? But he wrote that very long dissertation, and it was because he really valued what Joe Budden had to say. Joe Budden even said that, well, when Drake is up, I actually make more money. That's what he said.
He did.
He's saying that right now. He said, hey, man, so there are a lot of people right now. You saw Hitmaker kept going around here crying. Talking about, man, y'all don't understand, man. It's like a drought, man. It's crazy, man. Everything over. Texas over. Atlanta over. Philly over. All right, Hitmaker, that's enough. So, yeah, but definitely him getting up there on the Doechii train real quick, that definitely shows you 50 Cent is waiting. If it was Kendrick, he would definitely post it first.
Oh, man, yeah.
If Kendrick had fell somewhere, he would post it 2 times.
No, he's waiting.
He's waiting.
There's certain industry sharks, they're like...
Boy, they circling. Them fins are out.
That's why I say it's interesting because I'm even analyzing, like, okay, so even when you have anemic energy, if people are in the battle, they have anemic energy towards each other, like what we even talk about with Kendrick and Drake. I find it interesting that what people do to Drake, they try to do to Kendrick, and what people do to Kendrick, they try to do to Drake. The only thing is, like, Kendrick doesn't have, like, a social media footprint of saying anything really dumb or, like, Because if they did, they would bring it up. Like, the only thing he has is the whole Iggy thing. But overall, like, there's like no online print that they could find. Like, Drake got a lot of dumb stuff online, so it's been easy. But you could see, like, the anti-Rock Nation people and all that, like, they're circling, looking for stuff. And just like a lot of people were, looking for stuff and searching up stuff and digging up stuff with Drake. But with Kendrick, is not that much stuff up there. So, people are looking for something based off of association.
They actually do make up a lot of stuff with him, though.
Who?
With the Kendrick Lamar situation, when they say, like, to the point of what you're saying about looking. See, the thing about Drake is that there's so much of, I'm going to go academia here. There's a preponderance of evidence of Drake and his atrocities as far as cultural gaffes, moments, bad outfits, saying silly stuff. Or for some people, they feel that he just genuinely looks silly. Sometimes I don't really care, but I actually think there's so much of stuff out there with Drake. You notice the general public like, all right, that's enough. Like, when people are like, okay, I'm going to use all this stuff. We've already seen it. With Kendrick, at that point in time, they was like, let's just start, like, making stuff up. Yeah, because if there's nothing there, like, you just lie. Lie. Hopefully the lie will stick somewhere. You get what I'm saying? So, what was the one? The big one was that Baby Keem was ghostwriting for Kendrick. That's the type of stuff I'm talking about. It's come on.
They're looking for ghostwriting things for Kendrick stuff. I think that's something that's just going to be a Drake thing. That even we talked about over the years with that. Not saying that Kendrick is perfect. There are a few things that people are trying to pretend never happened. Like when people was like, we're not going to boycott or get rid of R. Kelly's music or X music, which I think the X was a good thing. And, I mean, you could debate on the R. Kelly thing, but that's why I said I'm not doing no damn Drake boycott. That, like, when you had some of the pro-Kendrick people trying to put that out, like, please stop. Like, stop acting like TDE and the rest of them are just holy and they don't have people who have accusations and stuff like that. So let's stop it. I think that we shouldn't be boycotting one artist. You have to go for actual, corporations and stuff. We talk about like Sony, UMG, and all that other stuff.
None of those things.
If people want to, keep it serious. But to your point, because Kendrick don't really have much online, sometimes people do resort into making stuff up.
Yeah, why not lie? I mean, if y'all playing a war, y'all just gonna lie. That's what they're doing. It's just kind of tossing around. And the boycotts, to me, a lot of times they're irrelevant because Trump is president again. So. That's the thing I don't understand. I'm like, bro, what's a rapper like, bro? Trump got back up in there after committee hearings, indictments, everything. So none of this, it really don't mean nothing to me. It's just kind of like, it's lip service.
But I want to go just one more time to this Doechii thing before we do our little ad. But I remember here, we set this back in December 22nd, 2024, where we said Drake and Nicki's fan base will be after Doechii to try and get in her way while she builds up her fan base. She needs to ignore them when they start the slander. Now, I want to make this clear. I'm not going to be on anybody's side. This is just me saying my analysis, because what I've realized with dealing with industry people, they're all snakes and they're all sharks. You could be for them and then they have their homeboy stealing, or somebody's doing weird stuff, or the jealousy thing and envy stuff just runs really deep in that space, and I just don't want to be associated with it. But just calling out the what we observe for what it is, we put that out there in December 22nd of last year, because we knew that was going to be the energy, and that people that were pro Drake and pro Nicki would be going out there, trying to look for something and dig up something on Doechii. And again, the Barbs don't have any issue with Nicki Minaj. We've already called out her flaws over the years with the fried chicken chain in her mouth. So any of the pro Rock Nation people can't even run over here talk about, oh, you're trying to cape for Nicki. No, I don't know any of you. And we only call out, like you said, cultural mishaps on anybody who does it. We don't care, even if it's artists that we really enjoy pertaining to their music and different things like that. But, what do you think about, us talking about that in December?
A moment of vanity. We were right. Look, you got to think about it. It's kind of like a football play, the same football play that they was going to load up against Meg Thee Stallion. Meg Thee Stallion's a hell of a spitter, just like I think Doechii's a hell of a spitter as well. Of course, they was going to reload that clip up and see if they was going to aim that same barrel at Doechii. And we both stated, hey, man, the smartest thing she should do while she's building her brand out, because unfortunately at the time for Megan as a new artist, new rapper, new MC, while she was in the middle of really structuring her image, her identity, and her brand, and trying to develop a familiar sound. Because, side note, I told you guys I never liked none of that her production because Meg don't have that type of energy. For me personally, I just think she's a real raw spirit. She snaps on tracks. Whereas Doechii, she floats in a lot of different productions that usually can kind of work in the background for her because she does the singing and everything else. Very eclectic artist. And of course, because of this like pro streamer, anti-Rock Nation thing was so strong, I mean, I already saw it with Scarecrow here, Aiden Ross, when he said he don't like Doechii, and he was like, he's putting some on it. Like, I say, I mean, outside, ain't nothing really going on here, but we did see that they were going in that direction, and it would have been better, especially if, she didn't respond, which she ended up not doing anyway. Which have people like fishing for her. So even though she didn't say anything, you saw like even people's like, what was it, like Joe Budden said, hey, by the way, where's Doechii? I said, what?
He was putting stank on it. And look, a lot of people going to be like, y'all was clapping like seals when Joe Budden was being fake in the cast, saying all the things y'all like about Kendrick. Don't be surprised when he start going back and shooting up people y'all like. But no, that's 100% true. Like Megan though, I loved her album and Act 2, where it was also the extended. I thought
it was a fire.
I feel like as a culturally we didn't really get to enjoy it as we should have because of all of the internet noise and people crying, all that.
All of the love and hip hop.
So we definitely going to be actually diving right back into that because we enjoyed that work and making some breakdowns off of that because I really like that Megan album and I really liked Act 2. And then Doechii, I think her music has been really fire. Although there was beef at one time because people was talking about how it seems like she really took from Azealia Banks a lot of inspiration from there. Although she herself on the Joe Budden podcast, I think, or somewhere else, I think it was on the podcast, she said she wouldn't mind actually working with Azealia Banks. I don't know if that offer still stands, but that's what she said some time ago.
Don't stand no more. Azealia running around here with Christmas trees on her head. Hey man, I think that time that passed.
I would actually like Doechii to have some more collaborations with JT, but people trying to kick JT off of the cliff because it seemed like JT is pro Nicki Minaj, and I'm like, who cares? Like, you got people in the industry running around being pro Tyler the Creator. Like, people in that industry always gonna look over issues from one person versus another when that person is their home team.
Well, they got to find out where their musical DNA and their footprint reside with each other too. Because just to say this, and you can continue on, but I think the Tyler and Doechii collaboration, I think they had a second one. I actually thought it was a little underwhelming compared to Chromacopia, the one that they had on Chromacopia together.
I didn't like the second one either. Yeah. I agree with you. The first collaboration was better. I think they need to stay in that energy of creativity.
Because it felt like it was something cut from a 3 Stacks speaker box, like almost like a dejected track somewhere. So
I agree. I also think that Glorilla needs to be a little bit more careful. I didn't like some of the weird energy on the Instagram, which you were right when you said that that Yo Gotti was going to make her take it down. That whole what's his name again? The little midget.
Tory Lanez.
Tory Lanez, right?
Yeah. Tory. When she did the song,
right.
Supposed to.
And I think it's a messed up opportunity. I hope things over there they're cool again because I was actually really looking forward to hear more of Megan and Glorilla, like even doing an EP together because Accent, dope track, love the energy from both of them. Both of them can spit, especially Megan, where she always loves to showcase the fact that she's a writer, like on Figaro, when she was like, dag, a white girl with black ghostwriters, which they was doing that with Iggy. How you going to have Barbecue Fingers ghostwrite for some white girl to try to attack Megan Thee Stallion, where she actually writes. So anyway,
Well,
I would be interested to see how an EP with both of them would look like.
True. I'm also, because I tagged the producer Juju, and I said, can we get like a Meg, Shauna, Streets collaboration?
I'm feeling that too.
Yeah, because I'm kind of look. I'm gonna be honest with you. I definitely would like to see Meg Thee Stallion pair up with some of the vets too. Like do some surprise vets pop out on some remixes somewhere, or sprinkle them through the album. Kind of get out of this little. And I'm not saying it's her, she's doing. I'm just talking about this little high school thing that this era, our era, sometimes does. Because I do feel like the politics get in the way too much. And when Glow posted Tory, I was like, that politics then got in the way. And I thought it was a bit of a waste of time, to be honest with you.
It's like, don't pick a side. Like if you're gonna even engage in that, because that's what messed up DaBaby. DaBaby and Megan Thee Stallion had great chemistry. Him and Tory wasn't too bad, but most of DaBaby's and Megan's collaborations were really nice, with the exception of one.
Right.
But the rest of them were really good. So, and I think she's supposed to be coming out with new music too. So interesting to see what she has.
I get what you said, and listen, I'll just say this. Look, I felt Tory and DaBaby, I thought it was a very lazy pairing from both of them. I think it was like the one where they had the wigs on in the video, and they were like, look, they had big heads in the car or something like that. I just thought it was
Tory had more chemistry with Meek Mill.
They had way better chemistry. I
agree.
Yeah, way better chemistry. Because that one with Baby and Tory, I was like, man, this must definitely be for the white kids or something like that. This definitely is for some camp flock, whatever that stuff is.
Patchy, better with Meek Mill.
Yeah, I wasn't really feeling that one, but no, I'm definitely interested in seeing what comes about it. As far as Doechii, I think if she, does something else, she continues to move on forward, expanding beyond alligator bites, I think it'll be fire. It is unfortunate, as with any situation, a lot of times, I do think rap music does suffer from way too much politicking. And I do know, and I've always understood that a lot of rappers genuinely don't like each other because it's a very competitive genre.
You don't say, Prince.
Yeah, no, but I just think, look at what we talked about. Sitting there, we both talked about Game and 50 had the best collaborations with each other out of the entire G Unit space. And
man, their chemistry was amazing.
The more these men and women sound great together, the more they dislike each other.
Well,
it's
remember,
some crazy stuff.
It's like that in industry. Remember, Officer and a Gentleman.
Yes.
What's his name? Richard Gere.
Yes.
And his the co-star, they didn't like each other.
No.
But everybody was like, oh, the chemistry was crazy. It's a classic film. You get that a lot, actually, in that industry. In fact, sometimes the people who really get along don't make good music together.
Yeah, they sound like DaBaby and Tory. I could tell they get along because that music was lazy. I'm like, man, this is boring. This is what y'all geeked up about? These two boys boring on this track. I don't remember one of them songs. I remember when Meek and Tory did the Rocky soundtrack. Lord knows. And then the other joint that they did, man.
Also, another person who I'm interested to see what they say is crazy Nicki Minaj. I know she's going to be dropping next year, if she survives, according to her, because she claiming a lot of people trying to get her.
I believe it.
I would like to see what she has to say on her album. There's a couple of things I want to do. Next year, I want to see what Nicki got to say. I'm curious to see if Jay-Z even going to drop an album. I just came into my head randomly. I got to give Mick Jenkins a shout out. That On Radar that he did performance, amazing. Definitely going to be listening to his album, his music. I just had a detour real quick.
The last one he released not too long ago.
Mainstream people for a moment. Go ahead.
Yeah, the last one he released not too long ago was pretty fire. But you know what? With the conversation of when we talk about Crit, Mick Jenkins was also kind of in that tier as well. He's always been a potent lyricist. My favorite track, still to this day from him, I think he's definitely progressed as an MC, but still my favorite track from him is Jazz, talking all that jazz. I'm
also curious to see what he got to say after, a lot of his stuff was re-exposed to the public for people like you and I who didn't know he was doing that extreme weirdo stuff.
He's definitely going to have to make a Color Purple album. He's gonna have to make a Roots album. No, I'm being
Wade in the water.
Tyler the Creator.
Wade in the water, children.
He better film his next 5 videos in Ghana.
What? I forgot. People keep saying he not like us, which is weird because he's close with Kendrick. So it's kind of weird that y'all trying to say he's not like us. But people were saying like he's supposed to, like, his father was Nigerian and allegedly his mom is biracial and all this other stuff.
They said she's Canadian.
What?
Yes, they said his mother's Canadian.
So that's why he tried to swing Daniel Caesar back into the fold.
Canada, they were neighbors.
Oh, Canada. Shout out to all the people in Canada that listens to our show.
That was crazy to me. They said that his mother is biracial and she's from Canada.
So him and Drake are family.
That's why he was saying,
I don't want to be found.
Ice is looking. So that's why at the time he was saying Drake is one of the greatest. That makes sense now.
And then he did the pop out and it all changed.
Man. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. If I would say a left-right double hook that definitely surprised me, I'm going to give it to Tyler the Creator. He's definitely gave us the biggest surprise reveal this year.
Well,
I had no idea.
A lot of people are going to be like, that's not really a surprise because they knew for the last 10 years.
Well, I'm not
He was doing KKK hoodies.
Well, that mean they was over there riding around with Klan music. I wasn't over there.
I don't listen to Klan music.
I didn't.
Yeah, like even when Ye started doing cousins and stuff, I'm like, I'm out.
You know what? In the crazy part,
I was out during Yeezus because I didn't like the damn Confederate flag.
You know, you sitting in the middle of Yeezus and you going like this. You hear some of his bars and you going like this.
I see it.
And
I ain't like it.
Then by the time Life of Pablo came out, that was the first Kanye West album I did not listen to.
I am also interested to see if Kendrick is going to drop a deluxe of an overrated album. According to them. Now,
you talking about everybody saying that they didn't like it.
GNX is a really good album, and I'm really curious to see if there will be a deluxe. I'm also curious to see what the heck Drake is going to do. Is he going to like
scrap Iceman?
Yeah, like because all of the build up to it. Inflated balloon. Yeah. So is he going with another theme or is he still going to stick to the whole Iceman thing? Curious and nosy about that. As for people who are not all the way mainstream, I'm really looking forward to Big Crit. I'm looking forward to McJenkins. Mobb Deep are legends already. But we listened to the album. It was amazing. And I gotta give Nas credit for everything he's been doing, for Raekwon, for Slick Rick,
the whole Mass Appeal culture.
Mass Appeal. Yeah. Now we did cook, of course, Nas for the Gwyneth Paltrow could say the N-word that he did some years ago.
Somebody's gonna be like, "Damn, Thought Crimes! Every time y'all say Nas' name, you bring up Gwyneth Paltrow."
Oh no, I gotta be consistent.
Come on, man! Damn, we get it.
Because people think it's about canceling people. It's not really. It's about correcting behavior.
But what about the music?
I would say Nas though. One major flagrant offense. That is a flagrant. And then Gwyneth Paltrow went on and was like, "Well, what's wrong with it? That
didn't help.
They are ends." No, she said
that did not help.
She said it's in the song.
Oh my goodness.
But
well, you know what? Nas' credit though in hip hop has been a 900 because up until then, the only thing people doxed him on was "You Owe Me Ice," and I think it's one of my favorite hip hop videos because it's just funny to me.
That's one of the funniest hip hop videos ever.
Genuine was really.
Say what's your price?
Hey man, he was working.
If you back it up, you can hold my ice. Now let's say you owe me owe me back like you owe your rent.
Where did they film that video? Inside of a freezer?
I don't know where they filmed that.
Yeah, but no. Listen, I'm all for it. I would hope that the listeners and the fans would like. Y'all gotta understand, this stuff is comedy to us. It's funny to us. You know, like it's funny to me how all of this stuff that happens right now, and then I think what's even hilarious to me is how everybody tries to act too cool for school, and they're trying to act like there's not an agenda here. You get what I'm saying?
I think also the audience don't understand all of it's an agenda. Yeah. When people go back and pretend they never listened to Drake, you're fake. When people pretend that GNX is overrated, you're being fake. Like people do that a lot.
Yeah, I don't
in that industry where they like everything is make believe now. Like, I ain't never. No. I ain't never.
I can say that about cherry bombs.
Never.
Yeah, I never. Well, I never. Right. Yeah, but I do think like sometimes it's a little bit groupthink-ish, and it just kind of reminds me of like the cafeteria in school. It's kind of like, people think it's the cool table, but I'm like, it's really the lame table because you think you're the cool table, and you guys are just like me mugging everybody. You know what I'm saying? So, look, I think it's the same thing, but I think Doechii, I did laugh, though, the second. And one thing I do like about Doechii, she does have very dark humor. So I'm even sure she probably thought that was funny in her head.
That's why she gotta, like, keep it in the art. Don't get lost into these online squabbles, because it's energy draining, and it's October, it's Halloween month.
Yes,
I know there's Halloween on the 31st, but I say month.
Yeah,
and the vampires are looking to drain. They looking at Doechii like,
yeah,
they ready.
Yeah, you know what? Do you know that there's a comic book out there right now, and I was reading a couple pages, and they had vampires attack Drake on stage.
What?
Yeah, I'm gonna put the link down there for y'all. I was watching it. It was like 3 vampires attacked Drake on stage. Yeah, I'm gonna try to buy this one. Let me see what is this. Where did they write this one out at?
Some real stuff. But anyway, guys, we're gonna continue this conversation on the Patreon at 8:00, where we go into what we think are the industry strategies on this. Hopefully we don't have more haters, stealing from the Patreon, and then pretending that they're holy. We enjoy, also being back here on YouTube with all of you, of course. Yeah. We're back. Some people was like, where have y'all been? We had to get a couple of things in order, but we're happy to be back.
Yeah, some people, shouts out to the people too, and the people that say, hey man, I panicked. I was like, well, we was here. We actually, if you didn't see us, we was on Patreon, but we causing a lot of trouble on Twitter.
Dude, we do a lot of positive chaos.
Isn't 50 Cent getting ready for Street Fighter?
Yo,
50 Cent,
he all over the place.
Ain't 50 Cent playing Mike Tyson in Street Fighter?
Is he supposed to be losing weight?
Yeah, he's losing weight. Yeah, but they said he's getting ready for. I believe he's getting ready for Street Fighter.
All right, well, we'll see what's up with that. We love you all and all the stands, as long as you show love and respect back to Thought Crimes, the Think. And we appreciate y'all. And
share your thoughts in the comments.
We're ending it off with war crimes. Peace.
like Babylon and generation P8. With clear sense, uncommon, can you see straight? Freeze frames by the block in the deep state, deep fake DNA. I'm mobbing with the think tank. Be on the block with the guards where the beats done. What makes it loud for a law, get your beat stung. Freeze frame, make it hard for bombers roll through. That hating energy get barbecue beef bump. You work a third of the day to get the shame. Yeah, we got just like the murderers and rapists that you claim, that you clock. So we burn a little sage, then we raid in your spot.
Get down, nigga, get your motherfucking ass down. What that motherfucking dope at? Fuck, nigga.
Pull crime, cake of crime, pull crime, slow crime, slow crime, cake of crime, pull crime. Said he pull crime, cake of crime, pull crime, slow crime, cake of crime, pull crime. Said he pull crime, cake of crime, pull crime, slow crime, cake of crime, pull crime. Said he pull crime, cake of crime, pull crime, slow crime, cake of crime. Hey, my nigga, I ain't hating, and my nigga, I ain't lazy. But I know everything that they got come from slave. So why you tryna give me occupation? My nigga, I ain't hating, nah. And my nigga, I ain't lazy. But I know hoagies and some cold-blooded killers, rapists and thieves. So why should I be patient?
I said he pull crime, pull crime, pull crime, slow crime, slow crime, pull crime, pull crime. Said he pull crime, pull crime, pull crime, slow crime, pull crime, pull crime. Said he pull crime, pull crime, pull crime, slow crime, pull crime, pull crime. Said he pull crime, pull crime, pull crime, slow crime, pull crime. Hey, my nigga, I ain't hating. And my nigga, I ain't lazy. But I know everything that they got come from slave. So why you tryna get me occupation? My nigga, I ain't hating. Nah. And my nigga, I ain't lazy. But I know hoagies and some cold-blooded killers, rapists and thieves. So why should I be patient?
We are all the same. We are all the same. More group days.
Coming through your airwaves. All right, now I'm here to kick the ballistics. Check out Thought Crimes. Are you following me? Coming through your airwaves. Coming through your airwaves. You ain't gonna get me with that one.
Yeah. What's good, everybody? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know what it is. It's a capo niggas in the building, you know. First and foremost, I just want to say shouts out to my niggas on the Patreon. Yeah, that's what's up, man. Shouts out to the bitches, too. That's what we doing. But by the way, you know what I'm saying? Fuck all that nigga. Fuck all that nigga. Got my man T5.
Oh, shit,
we're gonna have a real conversation about what's going on in rap music. Well, yeah, because you know a lot of niggas, they be hating me out there. They hate me out there. Yeah, because I'm still a koofy smacker. So what, nigga? I said I was better than Nas. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you niggas? Bitch niggas. You know what I'm saying? I'm a real nigga, unlike Cam's teeth, niggas. Bully! Anyway, niggas, yo, make sure you subscribe to the Patreon. You niggas gonna get it first. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I always be delivering y'all work the first, niggas. Y'all know what time it is when I touch down. You know what I'm saying? The tri-state area, Harlem. You know what I'm saying? Chickens, Popeyes. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is that you do, niggas. Jimmy's!